grade do you give yourself on the virus for the last 6-7 months?
Other than the public relations, which is impossible because it's a fake media, They're fake. I know you just. Well, I think
yeah,
you
I do.
agree,
Yeah.
Other than the fact that I have been unable to.
So what's the grade, sir?
On treating us fairly, I give ourselves an A. But the grade is incomplete, and I'll tell you why. If we come up with the vaccines and therapeutics, then I give myself an A+.
All right. President Trump in conversation with journalist Bob Woodward, who last night shared that previously unreleased audio from one of their interviews from late July when the president gave himself that glowing grade. 140,000 Americans had lost their lives from the coronavirus. Now, about 2 months later, the coronavirus death toll in the U.S. has surpassed 200,000 lives.
You know, it's a grading scale I don't think any of us understand or would be comfortable with. I think it's a grading scale straight out of Trump University. Because we could grade it from the very beginning, where he was a liar, admitted he was a liar to the American people, when he had been told by his own people inside the White House in January that this was going to be the biggest crisis he faced of his presidency, when his own trade advisor had told him that 500,000 Americans could die. Mm-hmm. With that information, Donald Trump was saying that it was one person coming in from China and soon it would go away. Now, that's not helping you. That's not helping any American. Well, that would be really, that would be like George W. Bush continuing to say after 9/11 hit that there was nothing to see here, that there was no concern. But he went on, and then he said that it was just 15 people coming in, and that soon that would be down to 0. He lied about China. He said time and again that China was doing a great job. He said that, told Bob Woodward that China was a great partner and President Xi was a great partner, and told Americans that they were being transparent about everything. Now he's claiming that he's being really tough on China. So, you know, what's the impact of this? Well, and why did he do it? You know why he did it. He only cares about one thing. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about the good of the American people. He certainly doesn't care about our standing across the globe. He only cares about him and his political standing. And for him, that's measured by the Dow Jones Industrial instead of the number of Americans dead. Now, we could compare U.S. death rates with other countries across the globe. And of course, you know, despite his lies, and even if you're in his personality cult, you know he's lying. You just choose to pretend to believe the lies. But the numbers are the numbers, and they'll always be the numbers. And it's not a coincidence that if you live in Wisconsin and you just go across the border, or if you live in Michigan and you just go across the border, what do you find? You find a country where 6 people died yesterday of COVID. Now, every death is a tragedy. So I'm not going to even say only 6 people died yesterday in Canada. But for a country that was suffering 1,000 deaths just south of there in the United States, even yesterday, when our death count was down a little bit, over 50 times the number of Americans died yesterday of COVID than died in Canada. And you can do all the adjusting you want for population size. We still come out the loser. And Donald Trump still comes out, President of the United States, who botched the biggest healthcare crisis of the past century, the biggest economic crisis of the past 80 years, and the biggest political crisis of the past 50 years. So nobody's giving him an A grading-wise, Mika, and he desperately wants. He's going to try with the Supreme Court now All he wants is to keep distracting Americans and have them forget that 200,000 Americans are dead when so many of those Americans would still be alive if Donald Trump hadn't spent the last 6 months lying to you and to your family.